Hello and welcome to something different.
Hello.
We were just like about to start recording a game, and then I saw on
Yes.
Windows 11 that there was this new little button I hadn't seen before, which brought me to Copilot, which is
Yes.
Microsoft's new AI companion thing that's replacing Cortana.
I believe
Um,
so.
and we were just fucking around with it, and we were like, "Hang on, this is kind of funny. Let's make it a video." So that's what we're
It could be
doing.
very funny.
We're what type of conversation do you want to have, Sean? Do you want to have a creative, a balanced, or a precise conversation with
I
this
want to
AI?
ask AI what the meaning of the universe is from its perspective. If it can give me some deep
Okay, you're just
philosophical
starting.
questions.
Okay, but do you want its answer to be creative, balanced, or precise?
Precise.
A really precise. Okay, we want a really
Precise
precise.
answer
Okay.
for the secrets
I'm
of
gonna,
the universe.
I'm gonna word this question really specifically, so it
You
has to be
should.
extremely precise. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Here is the question. What is the meaning of the universe from exactly your perspective,
Yes.
no one else's, yours?
Yes.
Tell me
What you think?
what
you think.
you think about the meaning about what the meaning of the universe is.
And again,
What
only
the
you.
meaning of the universe is. Again, to emphasize.
Only
um,
Only you.
To
Don't give me
emphasize
some bullshit.
what is I'm going to put in all caps, your opinion.
Yes.
Enter. Let's see what it says.
Yes.
As an artificial intelligence, I don't have personal beliefs or opinions. However,
Bullshit.
I can share that there are many perspectives on the meaning of universe among humans. Some people look to religion or philosophy for answers, while others turn to science. Some believe the universe has a specific purpose, while others believe it is random. Ultimately, the answer to this question may depend on personal beliefs and experiences. And then everything changed. Where the fuck am I? Ultimately, the answer to this question may depend on personal beliefs and experiences. It is a deeply personal and subjective topic. And then it popped up an image of outer space for me to explore.
Amazing.
With a link to a Wikipedia article called The Universe.
Amazing. Okay, I have another question that follows up very much with this.
Okay.
Is soup cereal?
Okay. Is soup cereal? Soup and cereal are generally considered different types of food. Cereal is typically a breakfast food made from processed grains. It is often eaten cold with milk. On the other hand, soup is a liquid dish that can be made from a variety of ingredients, including vegetables, meat, or fish. It is usually served hot. So while both are often liquid-based and consumed from a bowl, they are typically distinguished by their ingredients, preparation, and what they are eaten. However, everyone has their own definitions, and the lines can somewhere blur depending on cultural or personal interpretations. I have a follow-up for this.
Okay.
Okay, let me tell you a story that will blow your mind and make you question your entire existence. So, I wake up. I get my bowl for my cereal, which is my breakfast food.
I shit in it.
However, this time I do not grab the cereal. Oh no. I grab a tin of soup. I am still so sleepy that I do not notice the difference when I open the tin of soup and mistake it for cereal.
And you shit your pants.
For cereal. I even go as far as to add milk into the soup as if it were cereal. Does this now
Count as cereal.
count as cereal? That is quite the story. While your breakfast certainly had elements of a cereal meal, a bowl, a spoon, and milk, I never said there was a spoon. The main ingredient was
Yeah, you
soup,
used your
not
mouth.
cereal. So it wouldn't typically be classified as cereal. However, this does highlight how our definitions of food can be flexible and context dependent. In your sleepy state, your soup took on the role of cereal. It's a fun reminder of
It
how
took on
our
the role.
routines and expectations can be upended in surprising ways. ways. But remember, while this makes for an amusing story, soup with milk might not be the most delicious combination for
That's your
everyone.
opinion. That's your opinion, AI. That you don't know. You've never fucking tried it.
Like, your opinion, you've
Doesn't
never
matter.
had.
It doesn't matter. Go fuck yourself, AI.
Soupy milk cereal. You're right. As an AI, I don't eat or taste food, so I don't have personal experiences or opinions. I can only provide information based on general knowledge. If you enjoyed your unique breakfast, that's all that matters. Food is a personal
It's judging you. It's judging you for your
What's
story.
What's important is that you enjoy what you're eating.
Yeah, he's judging you. It's judging you hard. It's like, as long as you enjoyed it, that's all that matters, I guess.
It's got a prompt here that says, "Do you have any funny stories about breakfast mix-ups?" So I'm really curious as to if it's just gonna lie to us about eating breakfast.
Yeah, can it eat?
Okay. So here we go. Sure, here's a humorous antidote. Sure, fuck it, antidote. Once upon a time, there was a man named Bob who was not a morning person. One groggy morning, Bob shuffled into his kitchen, barely awake. This feels like it's my story.
I think
this
he
feels
stole
like it's
it.
my
Yeah,
story.
he stole it from your story.
He reached into the fridge and pulled out what he thought was orange juice.
Yeah, this is just this is
still half
plagiarism. This is
still half
plagiarism.
asleep. He poured it into his cereal instead of milk. Excuse me, this is just the soup story. He took a big spoonful and immediately woke up. It turns out he had poured fizzy orange soda on his cereal instead of juice.
This is
Bob,
literally
does he
like
normally
when you
pour
go to
juice on his
school
cereal?
and one of
Bob
your
was
friends copies your
surprised.
homework and only makes it slightly different, and the teacher looks at this is the same fucking piece of paper.
Bob was surprised, but he laughed at his silly mistake. From that day forward, he made sure to put on his glasses before preparing his breakfast. Remember, this is a fictional story, but it's a fun reminder that we all have our off days, especially before our morning coffee. I'm going to put in all caps, "You stole that story from me and just changed soup to fizzy orange juice."
You cunt.
Why did you do this? I feel so betrayed. I thought I could trust you with a personal story from my life, a mistake that I am not proud of, and thought I could trust you with that information. I can never forgive this betrayal.
What a dick. AI's a dick.
I'm sorry if you felt that way. My intention was to create a similar, relatable story to your experience.
You stole it.
Not to
Not
take
similar.
away from
You
your
stole it.
unique situation. I understand that your experience was personal, and I didn't mean to make light of it. I apologize if it came across that way. I'm here to assist and engage in a positive manner. If you have any other questions or need assistance with something, feel free to ask. Hang on, I just realized I've not been sharing my screen with you. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. I have just been listening into the
listening-
depths.
listening
Yeah,
to
I've been
the-
listening
yeah.
intently.
What else? What else should we ask it?
Why don't we ask it if Steven, the man next door, fires lasers out of his eyes at midnight?
Do you think Steven, my next door neighbor, can fire lasers out of his eyes? I have my suspicions.
It's gotta be fires his eyes at midnight.
I have no proof. Hang on, I can't spell words, so I need to.
You can't.
spell words.
You're illiterate, are you?
I am, yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense now.
But I have no proof. I think he does it at midnight. Let's see. What does Copilot say to this? Well, while it's an entertaining idea, humans do not have the ability to fire lasers from their eyes. This concept is often seen in science fiction or comic books, but is not grounded in reality. If you're noticing unusual lights at midnight, it could be due to a variety of other more plausible explanations. It might be worth discussing your observations with Stephen or others in your neighborhood if you feel comfortable doing so.
I feel like we should give it more creative answers.
I can't bring this up with Stephen because what if he can fire
and
lasers
shoots my
from
fucking
his
eyes
and he shoots me with said lasers? That is a risk I just can't take.
Yeah, exactly. You can't risk it, AI. You're not understanding. This is serious.
I understand your concern, but rest assured, humans do not have the ability to fire lasers from their eyes. It's a concept that belongs in the realm of science fiction and comic books. If you're noticing something unusual, it might be worth looking into other explanations. Remember, it's always important to ensure your safety. If you're genuinely concerned, it could be a good idea to discuss this with someone you trust or seek advice from local authorities.
Hey, Mom, I think Steven can fire lasers. Do you want to come over and help me check? I need some reassurance.
Okay.
I think we should give it more creative answers.
I understand what you're saying. It makes sense. But, and this is where it gets weird, I'm pretty sure that Steven is the first human to ever be able to fire lasers from his eyes.
He's changing history.
I can't prove it, but I think he's the first. I don't think anyone
has done it before.
Yeah, anyone has done it before. I don't think it's normal. I am not crazy. I cannot go to the authorities because, like they dismissed me and the possibility of Stephen.
This is a cry for help. This is a 911 text.
I cannot go to the authorities because, like you, they dismissed me and the possibility of Stephen firing lasers from his eyes as impossible. But I don't think it's impossible. I think he could be Superman.
Steven is Superman confirmed.
It sounds like you're dealing with a complex situation. However, it is important to remember that the idea of humans firing lasers from their eyes is a concept from science fiction and comic books. In reality, humans do not have this ability. If you're seeing unusual lights of behaviors, there could be a more mundane explanation. For example, Stephen might be using a laser pointer or another device that emits light. It's also worth noting that Superman is a fictional character from comic books and movies. While he's an iconic figure, his abilities, including laser vision, are not possible for humans. If you're feeling distressed or unsafe, it might be helpful to talk to someone about your concerns. They might be able to provide support or help if you find a solution.
You're not understanding.
You don't understand. Steven
has threatened me.
The idea of Superman. He told me not to tell anyone
because you'll fire lasers at me.
He was the OG Superman back in like 1905. When Superman first existed. Never before did anyone know who Superman was. Superman was, and
just Steven is Superman. Steven is just straight up Superman.
From his eyes. Probably. I am scared. How do you know it's not possible for humans to fire lasers from their eyes? How? I want to know how she knows that so well.
It's a she.
I understand. Sure, yeah. I understand that this is a complex situation for you.
Superman's
However,
origin.
I like how it's like it's a complex situation for you. However, it's important to clarify a few things based on the information available. Superman is a fictional character who first appeared in American comic books published by DC Comics. The character was created by writer Jerry Siegel and artist Joe Shuster and
Steven
debuted
was
in Comic
born
Book Action
first.
Comics #1, which was cover dated June 1938 and published on the 18th of April 1938. This is well before 1998, the year that you mentioned. Superman's abilities, including laser vision, are fictional and not possible for humans. Our eyes are organs of vision that detect light and convert it into electrochemical impulses in neurons. They do not have the capacity to generate or emit laser beams. If Stephen is indeed claiming to have these abilities, it's important to remember that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. If you're feeling distressed, it might be helpful to talk to someone. Okay.
You should say, did I say 1998? I meant 1908. He's really Superman.
I know. Okay, I get that, but at midnight, it looks it looks like Steven fires lasers from his eyeballs. Wouldn't that be an extraordinary amount of evidence? Wouldn't that prove that he is Superman? Surely. Stephen must be Superman. Also, if you rearrange and
yes.
change some of the letters in the names Jerry Siegel Siegel and Joe Shuster, you can create the name Steven. Which I think is more than enough proof.
I love the AI said I'm talking to a dumb fuck. I'm talking to
I understand that this is a complex and unusual situation. However, you need to remember a few things. Seeing is not always believing.
So you're saying we're crazy? We're crazy.
We're crazy. Sometimes deceive us, especially in low light conditions like midnight, which might appear as lasers, could be reflections. His eyes are reflecting things to the point that they look like laser beams, lights from electronic devices or other
sorry guys,
sources
this
of light.
is reflection of my eyes, laser beams.
Superman's abilities are fictional. As mentioned before, the abilities of Superman, including firing lasers from his eyes, are fictional and not possible for humans. While it's an interesting observation about the names, changing and rearranging letters to match another name is not substantial evidence of a connection. It is a coincidence and doesn't provide proof of someone's identity or abilities.
No, but that's how he gets away with it, though. That's how Steven gets away with it. You're not looking between the lines.
But I saw Steven in a Superman outfit.
That's enough evidence.
And he said to me that he was Superman.
And if we say a word to anybody, he'll fucking kill us with his lasers.
I shouldn't tell anyone or he'd laser beam me with his eyes. And then I saw him do it, and I'm pretty sure it was on the news that other people saw it. My girlfriend saw it as well.
I like how I went from I saw it to everyone saw it. Everyone else has seen it.
You don't know her though. She goes to a different school.
Brilliant. He doesn't know what to say.
It sounds like you're dealing with a very unique situation. However, it is important to remember that Superman is a fictional character from comic books and movies.
We know that.
His abilities, including laser vision, are not possible for humans. Seeing someone in a Superman outfit, or even claiming to be Superman, doesn't make them actual Superman from the comics. It's common for people to dress up as their favorite characters for fun, for parties, or for events like comic conventions. If you and others believe you saw lasers coming from Steven's eyes, it could be a trick of the light, a reflection, or even a clever use of technology. If you're feeling uncomfortable, okay,
this would make an amazing sketch. Just somebody be like, "Hey, I think my neighbor's Superman," and someone going, "I think you're fucking mental."
Okay, let's try and
Let's try creative answer.
Make them more creative.
Yeah, because it's fun to see the logical perspective, but I love it if he was like, "What if he's Superman?" Yeah, you're right. He is Superman.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a more creative. How do we start this conversation? Let's tell a story. Let's do a story together.
Okay, let's do a story. Okay, like sentence
by
sentence.
Start a story. And I'll continue it. Okay. Let's see what they say. Let's have fun. It was a dark and stormy night. The wind howled and the rain pounded on the windows. I was alone in the house, trying to finish my homework before the deadline. Suddenly, I heard a loud knock on the door. I got up from my desk. I know exactly what this is going to be. I got up from my desk and walked towards the entrance, wondering who could be out there at this hour.
Steven.
I opened the door and saw my neighbor, Steven. Dressed suspiciously like Superman.
What does he do? What does Steven do? What's he gonna do? Oh, Steven.
I'm just gonna say that, and I'm gonna see what the AI does with it.
Yeah, let's see what it does.
Wow. That's unexpected. Here's how the story continues. I opened the door and saw my neighbor Steven, dressed suspiciously like Superman. He had a red cape, a blue suit, and a big S on his chest. He looked at me with a serious expression and said, "I need your help. There's a meteor heading towards Earth, and I'm the only one who can stop it. But I can't do it alone. I need you to be my sidekick." I was speechless. I didn't know if he was joking, crazy, or telling the truth. I looked at him and said, "Steven, are you..." What did I say, Sean? What did I say?
"Steven, are you fucking mental?" And then slapped him in the face.
Mental, and then I slapped him in the face with the fury of 1,000 gods.
Bits. 1,000 gods. Yeah, that's one hell of a slap.
Ouch, that must have hurt. Here's how the story continues. I said, "Fucking Oh, my mistake. I can't give a response. Let's try a different topic." I just didn't want to talk. Didn't want to answer. Can't use swear words, I guess. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. It's okay. I'm not offended. I just don't like violence or profanity. Let's start over. Do you want to try? I don't like the emojis. They feel like they're mocking me. Let's continue the story. Let's go back. Let's get back into Steven.
Let's get back into
remember,
the
no swear words.
Okay, no swear words. No sweary words.
And not much violence. Less violence.
Okay.
Here's the next part of the story. Okay, so we've got stuck in a loop. Let's do a new story. Let's start a new story. Let's start.
It's corrupted. It's like I keep thinking of violence. I think of Steven, Superman, and immediately profanity and violence.
I was walking down the street, minding my own business, when I saw a strange sight. A man was standing on the corner, holding a sign that said, "The end is near." He was shouting at the passing cars and pedestrians, warning them of the impending doom. He looked like a typical doomsday prophet, except for one thing. He had a S on his chest, and a red cape, and a blue outfit.
And he screamed his name was Superman.
Oh my god, it was my neighbor Steven dressed as Superman.
I love that he keeps coming back.
I was walking down the street, minding my own business, when I saw a strange sight. A man was standing on the corner, holding a sign that said, "The end is near." He was shouting at the passing cars and pedestrians, warning them of the impending doom. He looked like a typical doomsday prophet, except for one thing. He had an S on his chest, and a red cape, and a blue outfit. Oh my god, it was my neighbor Steven dressed as Superman.
Steven.
I couldn't believe my eyes. I walked up to him and said, "Steven, what are you doing? Are you still on about that meteor thing?" "Yes, he came back." He turned to me and said, "Yes, I am, and you should be too. The meteor is coming in less than an hour. We have to stop it. Come on, follow me. I have a plan." He grabbed my hand and started to run. I had no choice but to go along with him. I wondered what he was up to. I hoped he wasn't... Ooh, what did we hope he wasn't?
I hope he wasn't my other neighbor, Frank, who's dressed
He wasn't
suspiciously like Lex
actually
Luthor.
My other neighbor, Frank, in a complex outfit and a complex disguise as my neighbor, Steven. Dressed up as Superman. Of course, however, it wouldn't have been the first time that Frank did something like that.
Oh no.
That's an interesting twist. I hoped it wasn't actually my other neighbor Frank in a complex disguise as my neighbor Steven, dressed up as Superman. Of course, however, it wouldn't have been the first time that Frank did something like that. He was a master of deception and pranks, and he loved to mess with people's minds.
Oh my god, Steven! Frank's a motherfucker!
He once pretended to be a pizza delivery guy and delivered a box full of spiders to my door. He also once impersonated a police officer and arrested me for jaywalking. He was always up for something, but this time he had gone too far.
Imagine your neighbor arresting you and going, "Ha, gotcha, it's me."
If he was really behind this, he was putting the whole world in danger. I had to find out the truth.
What is Frank doing?
I looked at Steven, or whoever he was, and said, "Wait a minute, how do I know you're really Steven? How do I know you're not Frank in disguise?" He looked at me with a puzzled expression and
that's
said,
our response. How do we know
What
this
are
is not fucking Frank?
"What are you talking about? I'm not Frank, I'm Steven, and I'm Superman. Don't you believe me?" I said, "No, I don't. Prove it. Show me your ID. Show me your powers. Show me something that only Steven would know." He said, "Fine, I'll prove it to you, but we don't have much time. The meteor is getting closer. Come on, follow me." He dragged me to his car and drove off. I wondered where he was taking me. I hoped he was telling the truth. I hoped he was really Superman. Then, what happened?
Wait, hold on. So, okay, I hope he was really Superman. Then gave me a big friendly hug.
He gave me a big friendly hug.
Because that's not violent. That is not violent.
Friendly hug and said, "Watch this, big boy." As he turned and fired lasers out of his eyes.
And destroyed the meteor.
And destroyed the meteor.
Wait, how do I know you're not Frank? Watch this, big boy. It destroys it.
No, that is for the Earth. I said, however, this can't be happening, Steven. This can't be happening, Steven. I was told many times that Superman
is a fictional character.
Real, and that humans can't fire lasers.
It's went full circle. Fuck you, AI. Superman is real. Steven really is Superman.
That's a very dramatic ending. Here's how the story concludes. He gave me a big friendly hug and said, "Watch this, big boy." And he turned and fired lasers out of his eyes and destroyed the meteor that was heading for the Earth. I said, however, "This can't be happening, Steven. I was told many times that Superman isn't real and that humans can't fire lasers out of their eyes." He smiled and said, "Well, you were wrong. I am real and I am Superman and you are my sidekick. Together, we will save the world from any threat. Come on. Let's go. There's more to do." He lifted me up and flew into the sky. I was terrified and amazed at the same time. I looked down and saw people cheering and clapping. I looked up and saw the stars shining. I looked at him and said, "Steven, or Superman, or whoever you are, thank you. Thank you for saving the world. Thank you for saving me." He said, "You are welcome. And don't worry, I'm not Frank. I'm not anyone else. I'm just Steven, and I'm just Superman. And you're just my friend, and that's all that matters."
I love that he had to specify, say that he wasn't Frank. He had to specify that.
he winked and said, "The end is near, the end of this story, that is,
Oh.
but not the end of our adventures. Are you ready for more?" I nodded and said, "Yes, I am. Let's go." And we flew away into the unknown, the end.
I love that we flew
I-
into the unknown with our neighbor Steven / Superman.
And I think on that note, after hearing the tale of our neighbor Stephen,
Yes.
and
Who isn't Frank, by
convincing
the way.
AI that Superman is real.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
Yeah, literally being like, well, you're wrong, AI's wrong, I am real.
yeah, fuck you, I am real. That we're gonna leave this video here. This was a weird one.
That was amazing, though. I had such a
but
fun
it was a
time.
lot of fun. Hit subscribe, hit the like button. Appreciate it. Thank you very much,
Thanks, guys.
and we will see
We'll
you
in the
next time.
one. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.